Today's vlogger interview features Andymooseman, a YouTube veteran who has been vlogging continuously since 2006. So he's got a great perspective on how the community has developed and grown. He spoke with me recently from his home in Hastings, UK. Tell me a little bit about what people can expect to see when they go to your YouTube channel.
What, the sort of videos that I make? Yeah. There's old-fashioned vlogs, I think I would call them, really. I tend to do unedited videos, you know. Sometimes there's a bit of a stream of consciousness type of thing. It's usually based around some sort of topic. I don't tend to do videos, vlogs like some people do, like what happened in my day. Yeah, we all talk about things that happen in our lives, as you do yourself, but it's more topics, things that interest me, things that I might see in the news or whatever, just something that springs out of something that may have happened to you, that type of thing. Maybe trying to get people to think about things a little bit. And then I used to do quite a few that had lots of questions and things involved as well. So, but I have done other videos as well. I used to do like scenic walk videos, as I called them. I used to go out in the countryside or even into London or something and give a bit of history, show a bit of photography, or you know, some video of the area. And it's like a little guided walk, I suppose, but something a bit different. I've done photography videos and things like that as well, and travelogue type ones as well, you know. So there's a bit of variety, but it's mainly sort of old-fashioned vlogging, I would say, really.
That expression got my attention, old-fashioned vlogging. You know, YouTube's 6 years old. What is old-fashioned vlogging? I mean, let's talk about your discovery of this, I don't know, this form of art, this form of expression.
For me, I mean, I'm back one of the class of 2006, I think, is what I think some of us refer to ourselves. I found YouTube. I'm not really sure how I found it. I think I found it through something called Google Video, which is a bit ironic after Google then bought YouTube, obviously. And messing around one day, found a couple of videos, the usual silly ones, I suppose. And then I found YouTube, and I found a couple of videos by Renato. People must remember him, doesn't make many videos now. And he was talking about the YouTube community, and he was just sitting there with a laptop talking into it, and I've never really seen anyone do that before. And then he started talking about a guy called Geriatric 1927 over here in the UK, who was, I believe at that time was 79 years old. And I watched a few of his videos, and I was thinking, wow, this is interesting, you know, especially if a guy of 79 years old can do this and give it a go. Why don't I give things a go? People always said to me that I've got an opinion about everything, so I thought, well, I'll start off. So my first ever video was actually a response to Peter, Geriatric 1927. I think that was sometime in August 2006, and then obviously I found other people, and it all built on from there, really. So yeah, that's my potted history, I suppose.
Well, now, how has the community changed since then, though? I mean, now you continue. You're on a pretty regular basis. You're continuing to sort of to vlog and express yourself. You also talked about how the community's changed. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, I think back then, in say August 2006, there weren't that many people on YouTube altogether, but there was obviously not many people vlogging at all. I mean, as you say, we're talking 5 years ago. Vlogging was really in its infancy then. It was a very strange thing to do, as you know, the first time you do it to a camera, you feel a bit odd telling people about it. They didn't understand. More people do now. There are far more people out there. So in some ways, all the vloggers were sort of the community. Yes, there were other video makers in there as well, but there weren't so many of us, so it was easier for us to sort of keep together, I suppose. Now things have come up, and also at that time, we've got to remember, Facebook was in its infancy. There was no such thing as Twitter or anything like that, so it was the one place where you could more or less all meet up and speak to each other and see each other as well.
Well, one of the other reasons I wanted to have you on here was that your motivation is different than a lot of the newer people that are getting on here now, which is that it's not really tied into making money on YouTube. You talk a little bit about how motivations have changed on here.
Well, I mean, I am a partner, but that is the one thing I think that any of us older vloggers would say changed quite a lot. the way that people do videos. And I'll say straight away, I have no problem whatsoever with anybody making money out of this. If anybody can make money out of this, fair play to them and best of luck to them, because it's given people like you and me or anybody out there the opportunity to maybe channel something that might not get shown otherwise. And if you can make some money out of it, make a career out of it, best of luck to you. But my own way of doing things, as I said, my videos tend to be unedited. I just turn on the camera and start speaking and keep going and going. And sometimes I can make videos that, most of my videos are over 5 minutes long. Well, that means I'm not going to get many views. I don't do jump cuts and things like that. And I see videos that some people do, well-known people, and I can't really watch. They're jumping all the time, and it's distracting to me. Obviously, isn't to the vast majority of people. So things have changed in that respect. The people are looking to make money. They have separate channels for this and separate channels for that. That's fine, but that isn't the way I do things. And that's neither of us are wrong, neither of us are right. It's just that we all have our own motivations. I just do it because I enjoy it. I like to communicate. I think that's why I look at it. I'm not looking at it as a career, unless someone wants to sign me up. By all means, do so. But it's more just getting thoughts out there, things that that I've had opinions on or whatever, and I've got an avenue to do it. And some people do appreciate it. So what better thing there is than that, really?
Well, let's expand on that a little bit. The benefits that you've found personally over the years in terms of doing this, but personal benefits. If you expand on that a little bit.
Well, one of the things I've maintained from a long time ago is once you get into this, unless you've got, I had no experience of video making when I came into this, as I expect the vast majority of people, is you learn a lot. So you learn a lot about yourself, you learn a lot about public speaking, you learn how to edit videos, how to make videos generally, and it makes you open up your mind a little bit. And obviously you're being exposed to other people's thoughts and opinions, and it's giving you ideas, and you're bouncing off of people. There used to be the old collaboration videos that used to happen, tend not to do so, partly because the community or the amount of people are just too many, I think. So I've learned a lot, and it's led me into other directions, as it has to some of those other people now who maybe don't make videos because they've found that they can they've learned something and moving on to do back into photography or something, which I do. I do a bit of radio as well. It's helped me with that. It's given me other opportunities as well. So I now am the sort of a manager of a local rock band, and one of the reasons I got asked to do that is because of my experience with social media, video, and all the social sort of technology that is around.
Well, do you have any thoughts on where you think this form of expression is going to go?
What, vlogging itself or YouTube?
Let's start with vlogging.
Well, funny enough, when I knew I was going to do this, I started sort of having a look back, and I found a video that I made in 2008, and it was basically titled "How Long Is This Going to Last?" Exactly the sort of thing that you're talking about. And I as I said, more and more people are getting into this now, and hopefully more and more people will, because it's a great way of, as I said, learning about yourself and expressing yourself. And it's certainly taken me to lots of different places. I've done a couple of trips to America. I met yourself in Los Angeles because of people that I met on YouTube. We created our own sort of community, and I've done a couple of road trips with people from YouTube, and some of it, especially that last trip in California, one of the sort of best experiences of my life, and I know the other guys said the same thing. I'm meeting up, with people like yourself in Los Angeles, and other people that I've met in Nashville, at South Tube, and met people over here, etc. You meet some very interesting people, which you never would expect to, and people that you want to meet as well.
Is there anything else you see in your future in doing this sort of a thing? You going to continue to do it? You're still as interested as you were a few years ago?
Yeah, I don't make as many videos as I used to. I think the passion and interest is still there, because I still think this is a great tool, as I was saying earlier. It's great for people to do it, and I can only see this getting bigger and bigger. We see the way that the world's changing, and it's allowing people to put thoughts all over the world, whether it be in the Arab world, the American world, or the UK, with the way that the world's changing. It's giving people a tool to actually use in that respect, so it could be used for political purposes, but also for personal purposes. I think of it also as a great way, as like a digital memory bank, of putting all these things out. You look back, I've got 5 years worth of videos to look back. I've changed in those 5 years, and that's a legacy which is up there. It's a bit like an old photo album, but it's a digital photo album, but full of videos now, and it's there in the cloud or on YouTube or wherever you want it for your kids to look at, for generations to come.
Thanks to Andy of the YouTube channel Andymooseman for sharing your time with us. Please check him out. If you're interested in being interviewed, please let me know. I am very interested. And finally, please subscribe, comment, thumbs up, all that fun stuff. That helps me continue to do this and sort of spread the idea. I want to continue to do these. I want to interview more and more people. I can only do that with your support. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you in just a few days with another vlogger interview.